On the regulatory side coming up in the year ahead, of course, one of the key agencies to watch is the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA. Now we're going to have someone new atop EPA, and that's always important to keep an eye on because people drive policy. That's why it's important to know who's leading a given government agency. In this case, Lisa Jackson has exited the EPA post that she's held so far in the Obama administration. Now, her replacement has yet to be named. One of the possibilities being mentioned is Gina McCarthy. She's been in charge of air issues at EPA for a number of years, hails from the Northeast, and that seems to be where we've seen EPA administrators come from. Now, that can be at times a worry point for U.S. agriculture, in that they may feel that that person doesn't necessarily understand EPA all that well. In an exit interview that Lisa Jackson gave with the Reuters news service, that actually did become very evident. One of her biggest laments leaving the Obama administration is that she did not do more outreach to rural America. And in fact, she even mentioned the issue of cow flatulence in that exit interview as being one of those issues that she said because she did not act proactively with agriculture and reach out, she said that allowed her opponents out in farm country to stir up all kinds of rumors, as she put it, on what was going to happen. So that's very important, and that's again why it's important to see who's atop these government agencies. Now, climate change issues are going to be coming into focus once again with this administration. The last couple of years we've seen that sort of die down. On the legislative side, we're probably not going to see much happening on that. The Senate may well come forward with a climate change bill, but the House will not adopt it. There's no way. So really legislatively, climate change is kind of a dead issue. That turns us towards the regulatory side, or the executive order side. Already indications are Mr. Obama in his State of the Union message may well wade into those rather shark-infested waters, at least according to some people, and talk about climate change and the need for addressing pollutants and things like that. New emissions rules for power plants, not just new power plants, but there's even rumblings in Washington of existing power plants, and that could get into some real dicey matters. On the livestock side of things, for the regulatory side, I think you may see that EPA flight issue continue to kind of percolate, but you've got some proponents on the Hill that are going to keep a close eye on that. Senator Mike Johanns, a Republican from Nebraska, key among them, that will be very vigilant on that front as things move forward. So, the regulatory side at this point maybe is a bit uncertain just because of where we're at in this administration. We really need to see who ends up atop of EPA, and that will tell us a lot more about, do we have a major regulatory agenda that we have to be concerned about in U.S. agriculture?